it's time to talk antiques once again, and I hope everybody's had a happy new year. I know it's been a frosty one. And all these fellas here, though, they look like they hot and ready to go.
Well, Ray, we're sorry to hear about your dad. But he did make
appreciate
it to 98, didn't he?
98, lived 2 days longer.
Ain't that amazing?
Yeah, he was something
And
else.
he's the last of the group, right?
He was the last of the Flatten Scruggs era. He sure was. And I'll tell you, they had a beautiful ceremony and everything for him there. It was really, even my kids said, Daddy, we can't believe what we saw. It was that good.
Well, didn't you say the Earls of Leicester played?
Earls of Leicester were there, and these fellas played their hearts out, even at the grave site at maybe 8 degrees weather.
You said you said you stayed there over 30 minutes at the grave site.
Yeah, we was outside a good 30 minutes or more.
Yeah.
It was bad weather, but the heart of everybody was genuine. It really was. It was
Well,
great.
we're sorry to hear about your dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good man.
He's in a better place than we are.
Oh, yeah. He's right famous, though, wasn't he? You think he's a little more famous than you are? Or
Just a tad.
not much, but just a tad?
No, not just a little bit.
You still got time.
Ronnie Phil likes me.
Yeah.
He fixed my heater.
Yeah, he's a good man,
Yeah,
ain't he?
good man.
Well, he fixed more. I think he fixed 2 or 3 heaters. It's been some tough weather.
There's been one just about every day.
Yeah.
Lately.
I'd say so.
They're working them to death.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What the guy said he had over 100,
Said he had 114 calls.
114 calls yesterday.
Wow.
God, they must
Well,
have
God, I
a
wasn't
lot of.
Yeah,
They got a lot of people then.
yeah. They do have a lot, you know.
They'd have to have.
Well, he had a great attitude.
Yeah, he's good. That's why we use those people, Ray.
Yeah.
Because they're so professional.
Oh boy, he is.
Yeah.
That guy was great.
Okay, let's see. We're going to talk about what's hot and what's not. Of course, we're going to have to talk about 2017. Philip said we can't talk about 18 because it ain't happened yet.
You can
But
predict
can you
it.
guesstimate?
We can write down what your predictions are. And
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go on. Take a chance and say, gas pumps and Coke machines and
Wait.
signs are going to be in the top bunch of what's
I
hot,
guarantee it.
and soda.
yeah, well, you got to come up with something different though. Something
toys.
that's going to be the
And-
And
breakout.
okay,
Toys.
yeah, toys.
Robots.
Yeah,
What's going to be the breakout thing that
350s.
that people didn't
That-
see coming though?
yeah. I don't know about that unless it be unless they got some good piece from this last Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
Of course, that might be something hot.
true. Yeah, well,
Star Wars
Yeah,
stuff.
but that falls under Star Wars, and
Toys.
that's been hot for
Yeah.
a couple of years now.
Yeah, yeah, since '77 or so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about well.
Okay, so you get off that and get on here so you got to talk
Looking up
business.
all kinds of stuff.
Hurry up.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah, so what we need to do, won't you go through the list of what is hot, what was hot in 2017, and what was not. But when we get to what was not, explain to people that there's a few sections there you can. So go with what's hot first.
Okay. Hot. We got Asian antiques listed on that. Japanese antiques usually sell for far less than Chinese antiques. Asian antiques are always valuable. However, most are very good fakes.
That's the problem with them.
So
Like Ronnie said, like China, they don't let their stuff out.
yeah, unless you know what you're buying and you know who you're buying from, stay out of it.
I'll give a good example on that too. Is the Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
I only buy Civil War stuff from people that I know that are really trustworthy because there's a lot of fakes in the Civil War stuff. Yep.
And
Okay.
that's our next category.
Civil War.
The people of antiques.
Civil
Okay.
War.
Now this
World War
what he's
II,
talking about now is all the hot
memorabilia.
stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Vietnam and Korean War don't sell as well as World War II and Civil War. Military items always have a following. Swords, guns, and uniforms sell for big money. Even small things like hats and patches do well. Vintage and antique fishing equipment sells well too. Because of the show American Pickers, men are collecting as much, if not more, than men. And the man cave has become as important as a woman's closet. Because of the rise in popularity of the man cave, all kinds of antiques that most of us would pass on are more expensive than a nice Waterford vase.
Yeah. Listen to this. I just did the eBay thing about Civil War. There's 229,172 active items.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
You want to go over all those with us?
Yeah, let's do that. Do we have that much time?
Yeah, we got it.
How many of those are you bidding on, Dave?
Well, tell you the truth, I just bought a Keystone ride-on train the other day. I bought 3 or 4 different items. I bought a Kingsbury fire truck. Let's see, I bought one more piece. I bought a bracket you ever seen these call boxes like for fires
sure.
and phone?
Yeah.
You know, they had the police and okay. So I've got the box, a perfect one with all the original stuff in it. But I needed the bracket to mount it to a pole, so I bought one of the brackets. It was on eBay.
The right bracket.
Yeah, the
So
right bracket, the one that come with it.
Yeah.
The ride on train now is that, does that need work, or is that
No, it's like
something that-
mint. It's like in the 30s. It's a 1930s or so ride on train, and it has been well cared for. That's why I bought it.
Are we going to see a Facebook video with you riding around on it with you?
Well,
you and
You
your
know
son?
what? Well, you know, it's about, I won't say it's about 20 inches long or so, 22. Maybe 2
You
foot.
sit on one and put your legs on the one behind it.
Well, I could put I guess I could put maybe a trunk barrier on it, Ray. You like that, the trunk
Oh, yeah.
barrier? You like me to say that? Okay. Put a trunk barrier on it. How's that?
Okay.
All right, so what's our next item?
Next, we got automotive advertising, which we've covered a couple of times in here. Pub,
Always does.
You know why? Because it's hot.
because it
always
sells
hot.
a lot and it brings a lot of money.
What's it say about it?
It says pubs and car shows love auto advertising. Condition is a big factor in this area of antiques. Neon always sells well. Many of the signs have been restored, which costs a lot of money. And if you want one cheap, expect to restore it yourself. You might be able to find an old sign for $300, but after restoring it, it will cost thousands due to the amount of money invested. With restored items, be respectful of the process. No one works for free. What took an artisan hundreds of hours to complete is obviously worth more than a guy who spray painted over the rust in his backyard.
Well, that really does. Really does.
That's a good point.
Okay, so under automotive advertising, there's about 2,500 items. And then if you put vintage automotive advertisement, there is, this is all active stuff, roughly 1,300 pieces. And then if you put original vintage, there's all different ways, there's 515 pieces,
Wow,
all active. So there's 7,000 or 8,000 active pieces.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right, next we have oil advertising. Say oil advertising has always been popular. Men love it for the sides of their garages or barns and for their man caves. A sign like a what do you call that? The porcelain sign, sorry, will sell for over $500. But be aware there are a ton of reproductions out there.
Yeah, and India is one of the countries that crank it out, too.
All right. And if you see one on eBay for less than $200, it's a reproduction, even if the person doesn't know it is. The rule of if it's too good to be true applies to most antiques.
Okay, so
Be leery of anything made in China or India.
there you are. So oil advertisements. Their right now active listing is roughly 60. Well, it ain't roughly. It's 64,696 items. That's a lot of items.
That is quite a bit.
All right.
Okay, next on the list.
We'll look up some of this stuff once we
Okay.
get it all covered.
Right, okay. Next on the list, we got vintage and antique toys, which we've talked about once or twice.
Yeah.
Toys,
So
you know.
it's got a list of them. Are kind of.
You got Topper Dawn dolls from the 1960s and 70s. Steph and Mohair stuffed animals from 1800 to 1930. Cast iron toys pre-1940. Robot toys 1950s. Tin toys pre-1950s. Barbie dolls pre-1960. Japanese dolls pre-1960. Marbles. Toy cars pre-1960s, comic pre-1970s, and classic monster toys from before 1970.
Yeah.
Dracula, Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, all those models that they used to have in the 50s and 60s, they bring a lot of money. Now, just to let you know, because I know you want to know, when you do vintage toys, there's 161,449 toys active on eBay for sale right now.
That's quite a few toys.
Yeah. If you only paid $1 a piece, could you buy all them?
No.
Sure.
Yeah, you would. You could borrow the
just
money
have
to
to
buy
start-
them, right?
You just have to start flipping them really quick.
No, you know what you could do? You could borrow the money and take a chance and buy them all for $1 a piece. You know some of them be worth 20,000,
There you go.
5,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know, no way to lose, right?
Sure. Right.
Okay.
No way at all.
Now, teacups and tea sets, I don't know.
That's what. Yeah. Next on the list is teacups and tea sets. Shabby chic will always have a following. There will always be women who love tea. People are using teacups and saucers and all kinds of crafts as well. They don't always sell for big money, but they're collectible and very in style. The price depends on the brand, age, and condition, as with most things. People use teacups in gift baskets and pour candles in them for gifts. Regardless of if your tea set is sterling or silver plated, tea sets are in style. Some sell for thousands, while others can't be given away. My 100-year rule applies here. If your tea set is over 100 years old, it's probably worth something.
Okay, so
pretty good thing.
So active tea sets.
Yeah,
There's 8,712 on eBay right now.
yeah.
Now let's see what the highest one of those tea sets sold for.
Yeah, find that 100-year-old one there. And let's-
$2,800 is the highest set. that sold.
1940s.
1940s. Now let's see what the lowest one was. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Because you said the highest and lowest, right?
Some of them you can't give away, they said.
Well, surely you can give them away.
Well, we'll see.
There's some
99
old ones.
cents is the lowest item.
There you go.
Well, and you know there was a story about the 99 cents.
With free shipping.
Yeah.
There you go.
How could you do that?
They
From
can't.
shipping from Malaysia.
They
How could you
lose.
do that?
Yeah,
There's something going on there.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
next on the list we have product advertising. We had some old advertising tins that were beat to death and people still wanted them for decoration.
That's when they're better.
People love advertising. It always sells. Alcohol and tobacco advertising always does well too. People like to showcase the products they use. If someone has a bar in their home, a nice vintage cognac sign might be of interest. In a man's den or a game room, an old poster of the Marlboro Man fits in nicely, especially that they're not bringing him back to the ads. Vintage stores like to use old advertising in their displays, and steampunkers love old bottles and apothecary jars.
Okay.
I keep those just boxed.
So under product advertising,
Yeah.
there's 9,330 items.
Ooh.
Let's see what the highest price sold. Just for the heck of it, you know.
Okay.
So it looks like the highest thing that sold on the product advertisement, which only 20 out of all of them, only 2,400 of them sold $1,900, and that was a sign.
Yeah.
And that's a porcelain sign, by the way.
42-inch porcelain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty nice one. Okay. Next on the list we have type.
Tell you what, let's hold it. Just take a break so you can push that
Push the
button,
button.
and then we'll come back with the type set.
Push the magic
Stay
button.
tuned for more Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
All right, my old buddy Max there, he carried me down to Nashville the other day and kept my toes from freezing. Good man, good man.
Good deal.
Got to give him credit when credit's due.
Yeah, he is a good
But
man.
I did take him out and feed him.
Well, he didn't eat much, did he?
No, he was lenient on me.
Did he
Yeah.
make you take him to eat first?
No, it
Oh,
was
okay,
later.
okay.
Yeah, honestly,
And so it was after the fact.
after the fact.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what was our next item?
Next on the list is typeset drawers. People are looking for typeset drawers to upscale into curios for their wall. People are collecting small things of interest, and these drawers are the perfect size. They say one drawer usually sells for $45 to $65, depending on the condition and the size.
So those drawers actually went into a big case, and they actually put their type like to print papers with and stuff, the magazine. Is that what
Yeah,
it was for?
they would have the little characters that you would use to individually lay out to do printing. Man, that would be
Yeah.
Tough way to go.
that'd be that
Yeah, I
would
don't-
be a
you-
lot of work.
Have you ever noticed, like, I've got several 1800s newspapers. You ever noticed how small the type is on them? It's a third less.
I wouldn't be able to see it. I don't know. They got
Yeah.
No, I
good
did not
eyes.
know that.
Sometime when you come that way, stop in. I'll show you some old newspapers. I've got one that's got the trial of the James Gang. You know, different
Right.
type stuff.
That'd be a good
I
to
guess
have.
the paper was really expensive, probably. It's the
I don't
only
know,
thing
but
I
it's
can
sure
think
enough
of as to
thin.
why
I mean,
it
the
would-
short.
Yeah.
The letters were.
I'd say that's the only reason I could think of why you would make it tiny. But
Well, you see that pickup only free right there?
yep,
That's large.
that it looks pretty good. This is a vintage 20 drawer typeset letterpress cabinet. So 20 drawers of it. $1,500 was the most expensive one sold. Another 20 drawer one sold for $1,200.
Well, if you do the math, you'd be better off to buy the cabinet, take the drawers out, and get $45 to $55 a piece, and you'd be way ahead of the game, wouldn't you? Huh?
You'd be way ahead of the game.
Yeah. So there's a lot of nice
Have
ones going on
45 to
here.
65.
So did you say that you own these, or just that you'd seen this done,
Oh,
Ron?
I've
So look at this
seen 'em.
drawer here.
I've
This-
had some over the years.
Some of those drawers bring a lot more money than what they said. Like, look at that one,
And I
$184.50.
have give a lot of them
Yeah.
away.
Here is one drawer went for $184.50,
And look at that drawer
Yeah,
right there.
and well, three drawers went for $140
Yeah,
plus $50 shipping. We might as well
that's
call
three
that
more drawers.
$190.
Yeah, there you are. We gotta add
Three
the shipping.
drawers with shipping is $165.
Yeah. Hey, now you know, Ronnie, those drawers are some of them are just the right size to put your action figures in.
I don't know how big they are. or
I've got
not.
some. I'll show you some.
Okay. Yeah, well, a lot of them go for 40 and 60, 75.
But if you do typeset drawers and do the for eBay, there's only 121 items. But you actually got 156 items there that sold.
that's
But
sold,
right
yeah.
now, active, there's only 121. But
yeah.
the sold ones, those 156.
Huh. I guess that covers. This goes back around December and back to October
Yeah.
on sold ones. But
Well, this is active right now, and usually they're about a 7-day
yeah.
when they're active.
Okay. Next we have vintage and antique jewelry, and those would include enamel flowers, Bakelite, but be careful of reproductions, Miriam Haskell costume jewelry, vintage Chanel jewelry, fraternal organization jewelry, Edwardian jewelry, and Mexican sterling silver. So You don't do much jewelry, do you, David?
No, but look here. Maybe I ought to, because there's 392,000 active pieces.
I think you should buy that top one there that they're looking for. Buy it now there.
Yeah, it's just what you might look. Can we round out to 300,000 or 298,000?
Mayan circa 600 AD mask pre-Columbian.
It's half the size of your palm of your hand.
Yeah,
He's sitting with that guy's hand over there.
but does that fall into things where you have to worry about whether they're stolen
I
from
wouldn't wanna
somewhere
worry about whether or not
and
it-
whether
How about a
government's gonna come take 'em?
14,000 carat brooch
Yeah.
for 250,000?
How many carats?
14,000, 13,090 point.
13 carat, no?
Yeah, 13. Well, almost 14,
Yeah,
right?
almost 14
Yeah.
carat. Yeah,
Yeah, not thousand.
yeah.
I was thinking that was
Good God, that'd be a mountain, wouldn't it?
I was wondering about that. Why?
I couldn't guess as to how big that would be.
I bet you could guess.
Really big, really, really big.
Oh, yeah.
You.
Okay,
Really, that you almost sound like Ed Sullivan. There.
okay. We got next on the list. We have Edwardian anything.
What the heck? And now, see, that's one word I've never used.
Edwardian would be like steampunk stuff, where it's just old gears and things like that
Oh.
fit together to make artistic. It's real popular right now. Anything with gears is collectible. Old clock parts and jewelry are often upcycled into art and used for decoration. Some people make art from old watches and jewelry. Never throw anything out that is over 100 years old. Someone will want it.
I think I could
Their
do art
advice.
like that right there.
There you go. You
Okay.
ought to do it.
Make one of them.
You set you up a booth in Nashville and you'd be rolling.
Big money.
Hey, so there's 40,000 items. And you know, like, I've got some old clamps that's like 5 foot long. Like you'd clamp, glue wood together and stuff.
Really? 5 foot long?
Yeah, but guess what? It's a wooden clamp. It's made out of wood.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The clamp wood.
Yeah.
I've got it hanging. It looks
Probably
really
just one
cool.
little furniture maker.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. You remember those old sewing machines, how Art Deco they had? They was really sharp looking on the side, big fancy carvings and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess
Anything
your
on
person
the
ought to
floor.
save them old sewing machines, make a cabinet out of it or something. Okay?
Probably so.
I've seen old Charlie Lubin come in down at Walmart one day. He was looking for some C-clamps, some kind of woodwork he was doing. And the lady said, well, we just don't sell C-clamps. He said, well, by God, why don't you? Said, you put everybody else out of business that does. I knew we'll forget
That's
that.
Charlie Lubin.
That was Charlie.
You was telling them right.
And you know what? And I'll bet
Just
you
would've
money
thought.
they do sell C clamps because I've
Oh,
seen them
yeah.
down
They
there.
do.
Yeah.
The lady didn't know what it was.
No.
Yeah.
That's possible.
That's what you have to look out for when
But
you
I'll
ask
never
for
get old
assistance.
Charlie.
Yeah, I tell you what, I love Charlie Lubin.
He was a
He is
man,
a
boy.
good man. Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right, next on the list we have 1920s clothing and accessories. 20s fashions is always in style. The younger crowd loves it. Vintage clothing and accessories don't sell for huge money, but they do always sell. So I can vouch for that. That I've had kids and wives, and they always love cool.
Well, there's
stuff.
like-
Yeah.
there's roughly
Early
1,800 pieces on there right now.
Oh, that's-
Now you know when my granddaughters, of course, they're both grown now. But when they were small, they loved. We used to go like to the flea market and we'd buy that costume jewelry. You know that
Yeah.
actually people used to wear.
Yeah.
And like you said, like in the 40s and 50s and stuff, and they loved that stuff. Matter of fact, we got a big gallon jar still full of that stuff.
All right, here's a good one. Mid-century furniture, modern furniture, and fashion.
That's the key word right there, modern.
You see
Because
that
if
one
it's
you're
East
looking at
Lake,
right there?
Yep.
That was from Men in Black.
If you're lucky enough to own an egg chair, people will fight over it.
Yeah.
Is what their comment is. The 50-something crowds love mid-century modern and is willing to pay for it. Younger people love the fashion side of that time period thanks to the show Mad Men. And anything from the time period is always hot, especially if it's in good condition. Lucite is big right now, too.
well, guess what?
What?
They're exactly right because there's 258,000 pieces on eBay active right now for sale.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet you could find what you wanted.
Probably
That
could.
particular egg chair right there. is
Yeah. Did you
exactly
look up
the
an
one
egg
they had
chair,
on Men in Black.
Ronnie?
I didn't look up
Here, let
that
me
egg
let me
chair.
search for an egg chair real quick.
Yeah, do that.
But that's like the one on Men in Black, same color and everything.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well, this is new. Let me look for.
You want that
All right, here
real
we go.
egg chair.
Here's a vintage one that's not a complete egg. They were asking $50,000 and
You
took a
want a
best
complete
offer.
egg.
That was about 5. Where's a complete egg? Do they even have one?
There's one out of Wicker.
Yeah, the wicker one. That's only $900.
Yeah, well, I think you're already way past the egg. See if there's any active ones.
Yeah. Here's a vintage Starkey egg chair, pre-owned. There you go. It's
But it didn't bring much.
yeah, well, it brought $700. You know,
Yeah.
probably paid
See-
$30 for
See
it.
what an active one is.
I would want that one right there if I was gonna have one.
Oh, here we go. Now see if you can find a one that truly looks like an egg.
Okay.
There's, I think you got it right there. A double.
2 egg chairs with 22-inch control panel, VR
that's a
helmet.
game.
Oh, that's a game.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't need it.
$9,000 virtual reality egg chair. There you go. That's
Yeah.
you got to go for it all the way if you're going to go for it. You know.
Evidently, there ain't a lot of the egg chairs around, is there?
I've never
No wonder
act-
they fight over
I've
them.
never actually seen one like that right there.
Me neither.
Looks like something you'd.
I've seen them on TV. There's one.
Here's one with surround sound.
Yeah, but that's
built
probably a
into
new
it.
one, isn't it?
$1,500. Yeah, I think
That's-
that's new. No, it's just pre-owned, but still.
Oh, here we go.
There's another one.
Egg chair. Here's a brand new one. It's $480.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'd have to sit in one, I think, before I spend $500 on. Well, never mind. It's $1,000 shipping, so it's $1,500.
I'd
for
be
the
out
chair.
right there.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to sit in one and decide if it's comfortable or not,
The chair and
rather than
1,000
just
shipping.
cool for $1,500. All right, next on our list we've got antique floor lamps and mini chandeliers. Now we've covered floor lamps before, but I don't think we've ever talked about mini chandeliers. It says big chandeliers don't seem to sell as well as minis, probably due to the space constraints. People under 50 are buying smaller homes these days, and although they love the look of a chandelier, they want something small that can easily be taken down. Recently, a mini chandelier was sold for more money than the big ones. Floor lamps are popular right now as well. People are upcycling and rewiring them. This type of lamp coordinates well with the shabby chic and the steampunk.
Yeah, I could always
Alright,
sell a
we
floor
gotta take a
lamp, or I
break.
couldn't sell a regular lamp.
We got to take a break, but before we do, there's 5,700 active items on floor lamps alone. We'll get back. You got
This
to
is
push
Let's
that
Talk
button?
Antiques on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
All right, boys, let's talk some more antiques while we got the time.
We're hanging in there, aren't we,
That's
Ray?
right, but we cold, but we hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold outside, but hot in here,
That's
right? Okay.
All right. Well, tell them what you found on the railroad chandelier there, David.
Well, let me see. I found a little old cheap one, a $2,600 one,
There you go.
1890s.
1890. That's
Brass.
just for one.
Yeah, that's just for one.
Yeah, they're gifts.
It does have 2 lights, and it is brass.
Okay.
You ought-
$200 shipping too on top of that.
Yeah. So can we call that 2,800?
We call that $2,800.
Okay.
All day long.
All right. So what's
I found a couple of mini chandeliers. They come in pairs,
Yeah.
and one of them had 28 bids and sold for $350. So they seem to run. That's a high one, but they have a lot of them for $200 and $150.
so you can get into the chandelier business pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and these are small. These are what
Yeah.
they call the small ones. These are 1940s ones too. 6 and 8 inch. Okay. Where's we're at next? Country French Decor. Country French is an offshoot of shabby chic. It is more country and less frilly. Antique enamelware is very desirable in home decor right now. So I think I did a search for French enamelware and ran across a antique French red droopy check graniteware enamelware. It's a salt box, and they were asking $475 and took a best offer, but it was north of $350.
They still got good money out of it.
Yeah. There's a little onion holder basket from France that went for $285. It's just looks like a mail basket to me. And then you got a 10-inch coffee pot for $265.
It's probably enameled or something, though, isn't it?
Yeah, French blue enamel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, here's a wicker trunk. It's under Country French Decor, and it's $500
Wow.
plus 57. So
That'd be a lot of work to make
I'll call that
a wicker
550.
trunk.
Yeah. Depends on how big the trunk is, right?
It looks pretty big, that one.
Here's a little buggy for $209, free shipping.
That looks like something you'd see in an old movie with.
Yeah, here's looks like an old here's an old pottery pitcher. You know, that you could actually use in the kitchen.
1890.
Yeah, probably 180. They wanted $235.
Yeah, about 180.
How about hen and a rooster? It says metal turkeys though instead of hen and rooster, but they look like
If it was a knife.
$170.
Yeah. Huh. All right.
Here
Next
comes
on
the
our
good one.
list, we have cast iron.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of that.
Hubley and Griswold are brands that always fetch top dollar at auction, but cast iron always sells regardless. So I'm going to throw in that brand name because I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, they're big.
Oh, I've only got one. I've only got one thing, which was a little tiny puppy dog for $10. That's the only thing that showed up.
Well, I put in-
the whole
Don't
search.
go in Hubley by itself.
I just put in cast iron and got 123,000 pieces, but
Okay, all right. I just put Hubley in and got a antique cast iron clown on a globe with box, mechanical bank, circa 1890. 27 bids on it, and it went for $2,055. Wow.
There's going to be some nice
Antique
stuff
Hubley
there.
Indian motorcycle with sidecar.
hey, speaking of banks,
$2,000.
I put in cast iron banks, $9,000 for the highest bank, and there was 4,100 of them.
23 bids on that $9,000 bank too.
Yeah. Look at all them high dollar banks.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'd forgotten about those kind of. I didn't realize those were made out of cast iron. But I
Yeah,
guess
no. Late 1800s, early 1900s. That was the. See, there's one of the little guys shooting.
Cast iron Grenadier mechanical bank, 1875. That is pretty bizarre.
$2,300.
It looks like it's a little figure. It looks like he's got a gun
There's
aimed at a
there's
stump.
yours, the one you.
Right.
Yeah, look at the frog. $1,800 cast iron. It's a bank, and all these do something, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Look at the squirrel.
And that frogs always do pretty good, you know, those cast iron frogs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exceptional mechanical bank. 25 bids sold for $1,600. The squirrel. Man.
Here's a little girl with her dog.
I remember seeing some of these when
Speaking
I was a
dog,
kid. You
so
never-
what happens? You put the coin and the dog opens his mouth and
Right.
coin drops in it. You put her hand, lay it on her hand, and as you push the lever down, the hand goes up, the dog's mouth opens, and the coin drops in. Just $1,400.
There's a really
Man.
nice
I got some
picture.
friends do that.
1929 Hubley cast iron Fokker FV2 Friendship Trimotor float plane.
That's a good piece right there.
$1,900.
Is that Trimotor? Ain't that the one that Ford come up with, the Trimotor?
I don't remember seeing Trimotor planes. Yeah, now that you mention it. Man, there's a lot of really nice stuff. I had no idea cast iron.
There's a lot of
things
cast iron.
bring that much money.
That
Oh, here's the antique Uncle Sam mechanical bank. Now, I know I knew somebody who had one of these when I was a kid. It might have probably, it could have been a reproduction, but still, 35 bids on it. It went for $1,000. Wow.
Hey, here's a rooster. Now this is a rooster. I know that's a rooster.
Yeah, I think that's
It's a
rooster.
cast iron bank. $800. Look at it, Ronnie.
Boy, he looks good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good condition.
Does he look $800 good?
Well, you know,
Maybe.
There's another frog, 800.
only if I know I could sell it for 900.
There's a lot of frogs in here.
Well, if you,
Hey, how about a rabbit for $800?
if you buy that the good cast iron, you sit on it long enough, you'll make money.
Yeah,
on it.
it's a good investment. Ain't it?
Yeah, you're not gonna lose.
The reason you'd want to, if you did sit on it, you'd want to sit on it inside where it stay warm, because you know cast iron
Yeah.
gets cold out.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to sit on it outside.
No,
today.
no.
Hang it on your wall.
Maybe some cold
Yeah.
cast iron. Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Oh yeah, here's one of those clowns, $695.
Yeah.
You put the penny in his hand, you push down on the lever, and he opens his mouth and throws a penny in. All right, so what's our next deal? Stoneware.
Next, we have stoneware. It says when you go to auctions, stoneware crocks always sell, especially on the East Coast. People use old crocks for storage and kitchen decorations. If you have old crocks, you could get a lot of money for them online or at an auction house like Christie's. There's an example of a crock that looks like probably about a 2 or 3 gallon one with a fish on the side of it and the blue print, and it said it's sold for $6,000.
Well, here's-
Most crocks sell between $100 and $500 depending on age and condition.
Okay, so here's one with the birds on it. It's a half gallon one.
Yeah.
Brought $32.50.
Whoa!
Look at the pig.
There's that's a
Oh,
pig
pig.
piggy bank, 1860s. That brought between $3,200 and $2,500. Texas stoneware. It's a doorstop. It's a dog. Mint condition, $1,500 just to buy it now and then.
It's one that didn't get broke.
I couldn't tell what that was.
I don't think it was used to actually stop the door. I think it was just a doorstop. Got all kinds of stuff on it.
All kind of stoneware.
All right.
So what's our next deal?
Next is
What
what
is
not to
not
buy.
hot?
Do you
Okay.
want to do a commercial break and then we'll come back and say what we don't want to, what you don't want to invest in?
Yeah.
We're going to spend the rest of the time saying what you not want to buy.
There you go.
Okay.
Stay tuned for more Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
We would like to thank Dr. David Florence for supporting Let's Talk Antiques. See Dr. Florence at 804 Kalon Street in Manchester for all of your medical needs. Call 728-5522 for your appointment today. Most insurances accepted.
All right, folks, we're back with Let's Talk Antiques.
Okay.
That's what it-
All right, so now we're covering on or talking about what not to get this year, and the reason being on most of this stuff is that people under 50 are starting to collect more, and that people over 50 are starting to clear out some of their stuff. So some of the older things that have been collected for a while aren't as collectible right now. People don't use curio cabinets anymore.
No.
And the 50s, under 50 generation collects things, but they don't put them under glass because they want to play with their toys every once in a while. So the first thing specifically is Hummels and figurines, which their advice is that they're overpriced.
If they're at their peak, you need to sell,
And
right?
that they're
Sell,
peaking,
sell,
yeah.
sell.
Yeah.
They're not saying that they're bad. They're just saying they're overpriced, and if you got them, sell them now.
Yeah, especially if the baby boomers start selling them.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's going to be
So-
saturated.
Here's you a few pieces.
We got a Hummel that's a little boy. Don't really know too much about it other than it's from Germany, and the buy it now on it was $5,555.
They called it an early sample.
Someone bought it.
Oh,
too.
early sample. I didn't see that. Here's a number 53 Hummel called Joyful, rare sample with pot, never produced. Double crown size, 4 inches. 43 bids on it, $3,250. Here's a Hungarian girl, a Hummel, double crown size, 22 bids, $2,826. And a Hummel closed, number 105, Adoration with Bird. It's a pigtail girl and little boy pointing at the bird. 30 bids, $2,558. So they're bringing some good money.
So right now is the time to sell
Some
them,
of
right?
them, yeah,
Yeah.
But there's probably some cheap ones too, you know it.
probably so.
Yeah.
And let's see. Also, next on the list is China. And their reason being for that is people don't eat on China like they used to. We now live in a disposable society where eating out is now the norm. However, China is hot with DIY crafters. People are loving the shattered China tabletops, jewelry, and tiles. If you love your grandmother's china and can't bear to sell it for mere peanuts, you can make something out of it or sell it online for craft supplies. Obviously, exceptions are Rare, Tiffany, Cartier. Just don't expect pre-2009 prices.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I can believe that.
here's some China that is real China there. Tell
Yeah,
them what
this is actually from China.
tell them what that brought.
Highly important Chinese Imperial Yongjin mark period lemon yellow glazed dishes. This was an estate auction, 31 bids, $49,000.
Now that stuff's really old.
That's your obvious
I mean,
exception,
that's-
I guess.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get some of here we go. Like the blue piece.
Okay, here's a large antique Chinese 5/16 C blue-white porcelain dish with Fu lion and scrolling around it. 44 bids, went for almost $2,400.
One dish. But that
One
is
dish.
true China, from China.
Yeah, it's
Right.
more
So let's see if we
modern
can get
China.
into the American China and see if we can find something. Let me get over here about page 3 and see what we can find. Maybe we can find something. We don't need that real China from China, though, do we?
That's going to be a little more.
Nah, just find some dishes.
I'm looking. It's still all.
It's still all real china.
That's 'cause
Yeah.
he chopped in china. He chopped in dishes.
Yeah. Well, so
Here we jump.
what's our next one? Crystal.
Okay, next we got Crystal. Says everybody loves Crystal, but few have the room or the patience to care for it anymore. Brands like Lalique, Baccarat, and Waterford still sell, but not at the top dollar unless they are old and in perfect condition. If you have an old Lalique vase, it's worth big bucks, so there are exceptions to every rule. It's all about demographics. Younger people just don't value crystal like older people do. And so,
Well, these crystals here you don't. And we're gonna have to find some dishes.
or vase, crystal vase.
I was thinking more like dishes. Let's see. Oh yeah, probably. Well, let's see here though. Here's crystal beads. Let's just see what the beads are bringing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, that's probably, oh. Well, that's a chandelier.
Yeah.
All crystal. They were asking $5,500 and took a best offer, and there was another 1920
You're gonna find
chandelier
bottles and chandeliers.
asking $5,000 but had to take a best offer. And the first one that sold was a large antique beaded chandelier, crystal chandelier, $1,900.
So some of those crystal chandeliers still bring a little money, but probably not as much as they used to.
Probably
Remember
not,
that country music song, Crystal Chandelier?
Oh, yeah.
Don't know that one.
Yeah.
Well, Ray knows it.
Oh, okay.
When the new wears off, you crystal chandelier.
Okay.
All right, next we got
Right.
dolls.
Oh yeah.
Most dolls and bears are very hard to sell with very few exceptions. Barbies, Boyd's, Bears, Cabbage Patch dolls are all items that are highly collected but pretty hard to sell. Everything has a cycle though, and if you love something, hold on to it. If it's new in the box, it has a better chance of selling than if it's been played with. And porcelain dolls are almost impossible to sell regardless of age or value. And this person said they recently bought some gorgeous old French bisque dolls from the 1800s and had a very hard time selling them.
Now, some
Even
of
though
those
they have
rich
good antique
kids are selling
collections.
for good money.
Yeah, but think about how many there are out there, I
Oh
guess.
God,
would be-
yeah. Well, there's only certain ones.
Yeah. And last
Look, I don't collect Cabbage
Yeah.
Patch Kids.
Last on the list is East Lake and Empire Furniture. At every antique show that you go to, people are trying to sell very nice dressers, buffets, and china cabinets. What once sold for $1,200 10 years ago is now selling for $40.
Ain't that amazing?
Yeah, now you
Yeah.
told him to write about that stuff.
Yeah. This is if it isn't that people don't need furniture, it's that the demographic buying the furniture is different. People will pay big money for an egg chair or a French Regency table, but not for an East Lake bed or dresser. Buffets are often upcycled with paint these days since no one uses china anymore. And you often see buffets painted white and restyled into big lingerie dressers. Styles often change. If you want to sell your East Lake or Empire furniture, we suggest you paint it. Yes, it's painful to cover up that gorgeous wood, but it might just help sell it.
I used
Well, the
to-
highest East Lake piece on eBay was only $2,150, and it is a walnut, nice bookcase.
Yeah.
3-section
Desk.
bookcase with a desk. Man,
There
that
ain't no
is-
telling what that thing.
I used to have
Would have brought
people
10
come to
years
me
ago.
all
How about
the time
this?
East Lake.
Here's a whole hand carved
bedroom set.
walnut and burl bed, and that was a live auction.
Yeah, $1,800 for that. And there's a walnut bedroom set, East Lake, $1,600.
Boy,
I believe that stuff
Yeah.
will come back.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, you'd like to
You'd have
hope
to have a
so.
lot of
there is no
good places
way
to store.
that I would paint a pretty East Lake piece.
No.
You couldn't cut my dying hand off and make me do that.
There's a beautiful antique Victorian East Lake quarter sawn oak dining table. It's just a beautiful carved table. $900 was what that sold for.
Look at that hall tree.
They were asking $1,200 and couldn't get it. Got somewhere around $1,000 for it.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find here. Here's another bed, a smaller, a Victorian.
Victorian East Lake quarter sawn oak, 1880. 2-piece queen size bedroom set. They couldn't get $975,
And it's gorgeous.
but they got somewhere between $600 and $800 for
Yeah,
it.
it's just, that's scary. Now look at this nice hall tree.
Another nice hall tree umbrella stand, burled walnut. Only one bid for $500.
You just pay big money for
Look at that inlaid.
Yeah,
Lake
circular,
piece.
high style East Lake Victorian parlor table. 4 bids went for $500 from a live auction.
Yeah.
1 minute left.
All right, so 1 minute. Look at here.
Well, David, let me put you on the spot and tell me what's going to be the big item of 2018.
Well,
Come
you know, that'd be easy for me to say. I'm still going to stick with gas pumps, Coke machines, and signs.
There you go. Okay.
That is going to be the biggest, and then what falls on. Now, and you said I couldn't say Star Wars because it's already hot. So
Yeah, there you go.
There you are. I was going to say the new Star Wars movie stuff, but you said don't do that.
It's already selling for top dollar.
Yeah.
The new Star Wars movie. Yeah.
Oh, it was the third fastest grossing movie. It brought $1 billion, the third fastest.
Wow.
Yeah, that's spooky, ain't it?
More Let's Talk Antiques next week at 10 o'clock on Thunder Radio.